Hi, it's me. All right. I want to talk to you about a common thing that I see all over the internet and it drives me nuts. And we're going to learn how to flip the switch so that that no longer happens. Okay. What I'm talking about is people that have an overabundance of empathy, too much empathy. And what I mean by that is when someone treats you badly, you do not defend yourself. You protect them. You do not want to call the police. You do not want to physically fight them back, which you should to defend yourself or get the hell away from them and or get them arrested and all this other because they get physically abusive, verbally, physically abusive. People can do this. And for those who don't get physical, they can mess you up so bad psychologically that you end up in a padded cell somewhere. So it's really important that you get rid of these toxic, poisonous people. But some people have an overabundance of empathy where they were fed a sob story by the toxic person. Because the sob story, when they first meet you, is to test the waters. They want to see if how you react to bad situations. I was abused, my parents didn't love me, I had to fend for myself. You know, I had to sell my body when I was a kid to make money because my parents wouldn't feed me, and on and on and on. Is Did they experience some abuse? Possibly, but that's not your situation to deal with, and you don't need to feel sorry for them for that because that could be them using your empathy to beat you over the head with. If you get emotional when they throw their sob story, that's a tester to see where your empathy levels are. They want to know if you get teary-eyed. They want to know if that hurts your feelings. They want to see you go, "Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh my God, come here. I'm so sorry you went through that." And so you make it your life's mission to give them more love and more love and more love, to try to use the love to heal them. Baby doll, that never works. Because the sob story, regardless if it's true or not, the sob story is used to manipulate you. It is used to trick you. It is used to test the waters to see how you react to the sob story. And if they see that you have a lot of empathy, they know that this is game on. No matter what I do to you, you'll remember that I had a terrible childhood, and you'll feel bad for me, and you'll make excuses for my rage, and you'll make excuses for me treating you like crap. Game on, baby. And your empathy will be used as a weapon to go upside your head with. You have to. All right, so let me put it like this, okay? When you overprotect the toxic person, you are abandoning yourself. Let me let that sink in. When you overly protect the toxic person, you're abandoning yourself. So I want you to imagine that you are on a deserted island. There's no food. There's no drinkable water. There's plenty of water because it's an island, but you can't drink that water. It's not safe to drink. There's alligators in the water. And, snakes on the island. And anything else that's ready to hurt you. And you're deliberately putting yourself in a situation like that because you're too busy protecting this one over here who does not deserve your protection. You got to lose the kindness, the overabundance of kindness, because that is the worst thing you could do, because you're not being kind to yourself. You are responsible for you. You are responsible to protect yourself. Not only that, but the person you're protecting will never appreciate it. They will never appreciate it. Never. If they're a toxic person, they don't have the ability to appreciate. They just don't. They're broken. And your love and more love and more love will never heal them. There is no such thing as, I'm going to provide a soft place for you to land and you'll learn how to be a softer, more tender, more loving person. No. No. That is like you putting, I don't know, a deer costume on a giraffe. Do you really think that's going to work? And now he's going to be a deer? He's not a deer, he's a giraffe. You cannot put a costume on him, love him so much that he completely changes into a different animal. They're always going to be a giraffe, no matter what you do. Same thing with the toxic person. You could cover them with your love and your kindness and your sensitivity. They will always be a toxic person. Always. So it's okay for you to get mad. It's okay for you to get pissed off. It's okay for you to say, you know what? I've had enough of you and I'm done. And if the person is dangerous, you don't tell them, listen carefully, you don't tell them you're done. You just, if they have to go to work the next day, you take off work and you could pack up your stuff and you get the hell up out of Dodge. Tell your friends and family ahead of time, this is the day I want to, what works for you all. And that's the day you need to get up out of there. Do not abandon yourself on a deserted island. It's got poisonous spiders. It's got venomous snakes. It's got, alligators, sharks, all kinds of deadly things on this island that want to kick your behind. And you're okay with putting yourself in that situation to protect somebody who's never going to respect you. Does that make any sense to you? They are never, ever going to say, I appreciate you, I respect you, I don't know why I'm so evil and hateful. I should go to therapy to find out what my problem is. Honey, you ain't never going to hear those words. They feel justified. In whatever they do, whatever they say, no matter how bad they hurt you, they feel justified. Well, if you didn't do such and such, I wouldn't have been forced to do such and such. There's nothing you could do that's going to make them become a good person. Stop abandoning yourself. So what you have to do is take that empathy, have the empathy make a U-turn and come back to you. I want it to be like a boomerang. You throw the boomerang and it comes right back to you. That's what you need. Your empathy needs to be a boomerang and send it right back to you. And you have to take care of you. You have to love on you. You have to protect yourself. Because you're putting a lot of energy, time, effort, and energy into someone who will never respect it, never appreciate it, never sincerely apologize for what they've done. They don't care. They feel justified. Some people are so toxic, they'll cuss out and physically fight cops which is stupid because you know he has a gun and a baton. What's wrong with you? And a taser. And they don't care. Some of them will cuss the judge out in a courtroom. A judge has high authority to make your life a living hell. They don't care. I've heard them use vulgarities with the freaking judge. And like, what is wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong? So if they don't respect a cop and they don't respect a judge, what makes you think you're going to come up in there and give them all this Hallmark card love and change who they fundamentally are? It's not going to happen. And what did you do to deserve abandoning yourself? What did you do to yourself that you deserve to be abandoned? So I want you to listen carefully how this sounds. So you're abusing yourself for being abused, because when you abandon yourself, abandonment is a form of neglect. Neglect is a form of abuse. Why are you letting this person abuse you? And then you're abusing yourself too, because you're putting all of your energy into the person who can't stand you. So let me abandon myself and give this person more love, more love, more love, until I'm an empty shell. I'm no longer a person, I'm an empty shell. That don't make no sense. You have to boomerang your empathy. You have to let it come back to you. And what is even better is to not just pour empathy into somebody because they paid attention to you and said all these magical words. They don't deserve that unless they prove that they are a healthy person. You don't want to pour that love into a cup that has holes in it, because love just gets in the cup and it slides right back out of the cup. And you're abandoning yourself every single time you do it. You're abandoning yourself, and they don't respect you and they don't appreciate it. So those are multiple reasons why you have got to stop feeling sorry for someone who would not pour a cup of water on you if you were on fire. You have got to stop this nonsense. You got to stop it. You're wasting time, you're wasting energy, and you know what else is going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, because you know me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Your friends and family are going to stop talking to you, because they have tried to talk to you, and they've talked to you until they are blue in the face, and you still keep doing the same nonsensical behavior. You still keep loving on this person. You don't want them to get arrested for whooping your butt. You don't want them to lose their job. They should lose everything if they don't know how to damn act. They put themselves in that boat. They deserve all the punishment they can handle and a lot more, because people get tired of being treated any kind of way. They get sick of it. Don't be too kind. Don't be too sweet. Don't be too empathetic. Don't have too much compassion. It's a waste of time and energy. And you give to people who take, and you're going to be an empty shell of a person. You're going to be an empty shell. You may get physical illnesses. You may have chronic fatigue. No matter how much you sleep, you don't feel rested no matter what. You're starting to get headaches. You might get migraines. All because you're dancing with the damn devil. That never results in positive, happy things. And the sooner you get rid of this person, the sooner you can heal yourself. The hell with them. They're never going to stop. It's like, what is it? Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf is in grandma's clothes. That's what a toxic person is. They look nice on the outside, look like a friendly old grandma. Uh-huh. But what's inside of all that? A wolf. If a wolf is hungry enough, he'll eat you. And you could hug him all day. It's not going to change the fact that he's hungry. Stop feeling sorry for people who don't deserve that. Drives me crazy when I see, I don't want them to get arrested. I don't want them to be in trouble. And I feel bad because they had a bad childhood. I don't give two damns about their childhood. You know why? Because I've been through pure hell wearing gasoline draws as a kid. The biggest miracle is I survived it all without being drug addicted, without being an alcoholic, without having 10 to 15 baby daddies. Because when you have the type of childhood that I had, it sets you up for failure. Next thing you know, you sitting up there in a freaking prison. 25 years to life. Because one more person decided to do something to you, and that was the last straw. You flew into a rage, and now you ended this person. I mean, horrible things happen as a result of the type of childhood that I had. So I don't want to hear nothing about childhood. And I had a bad childhood. Look here. You preach it to the choir now. That does not justify you being a toxic, poisonous person. Doesn't justify nothing. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be protected. You do not deserve to abuse yourself through abandonment because this person has no respect for you. They don't have respect for themselves. So what makes you think you're going to be like David Copperfield? You're going to perform a magic act and make them become a loving person? No. It's not going to happen. You have to get away from this person. File for divorce, whatever you got to do. Sever ties so that you can reclaim your mental health and your physical health. Because you deserve to give that love to yourself. You deserve to protect yourself. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll be in a position to help someone else who's doing the same thing you were doing, pouring a bunch of love into a toxic person who has no respect for them. And you could tell them, you could mentor them and say, I was in the same boat you were in. I gave too much too. And all it did was rob from me. I abandoned myself to be there for someone who didn't care about me either. So I know what you're going through. And you don't want to keep going down this road. You can mentor somebody. Sometimes we go through things so that we can help someone else. Sometimes we go through things because we need to rebuild our self-esteem. Sometimes we go through things so we could be a testimony to someone else. There's no testimony without a test. There's no testimony without a test. Now, is it almost impossible to find healthy people? Yes. My God. Wow. It's real hard. Wow. Wow. But being by yourself isn't the worst thing that could ever happen. It's not the worst. Peace is indescribable. There's nothing that can beat peace of mind. There's nothing that can beat coming home to a quiet house. You don't have to be on pins and needles before you walk through the door because you don't know what personality is going to be waiting on you. You just don't know. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. Or if you're in that situation, you don't want to stay in that situation. Is it hard to break free? Yes. Is it harder to stay with them? Yes. Because it tears your health to shreds. Messes you up psychologically, puts you so deep in a depression that you go into a darkness that you can't get out of. And what for? So that you can pour more love into an empty vessel? No. Stop wasting your time. You feel like you have so much empathy that it's from your ankles to the top of your head. Well, then you can find an outlet for that because that doesn't disappear. That is inherently who you are. So what you do is you figure out where to put that, where it's going to be appreciated. For example, you volunteer at an animal shelter in your town. Some of them are overwhelmed. They have so many pets in there that they have to euthanize some of them because people are just turning their pets in left and right. Volunteer for a shelter. Volunteer to feed the homeless. Volunteer to read books for children at a library. Look for volunteering opportunities in your town. If you don't want to do it during the week, you could do it one day a weekend. Get a dog or a cat. Some people like fish. Get some fish. Believe it or not, I went to a friend's house and he had, this is back in the day, he had fish. When he comes home from work, the fish are excited. I never knew this. I'm like, what the hell? They're swimming all excitedly because they know it's almost time to eat and they're happy to see their owner. You get to take care of something so that your empathy doesn't just build and build and build with no outlet. There are ways that you can relieve the desire to be that way, to be kind and empathetic and compassionate. There's positive ways that you can direct that to. You could be a big brother or big sister in your area, which means you will mentor, usually teenagers, I think. You will mentor them because they need a positive role model in their life. So there's plenty of ways that you can direct that energy where it should go instead of towards somebody who doesn't have any respect for it. That's a waste of time and energy. It's okay to be kind, but don't be kind to the wrong person. All right? I love you guys. Take care. Bye.